just leave and never come back. All right. Okay.
You gotta psych yourself up, dude.
All right. Okay.
This is our episode back, dude. Bring that energy. Bring it.
Energy.
No, I'm not
No?
doing that.
Okay.
What episode is this anyway?
I honestly don't. I think it's episode 6.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we've actually done a good amount of episodes.
Yeah.
For like 6 months. It's kind of like.
Oh shoot! Nope. When you put it like that,
One every month.
We're doing good for like pretty lazy people, I think.
yeah, no,
You
that's true. All right, welcome back, folks, to the Wandering Skeletons. I'm with Reese and Jorge today, and
Yeah.
to start things off, due to some complaints in the background, how are you guys doing today? Excited to get back into the swing of things?
Oh yeah, bring the energy today.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Let's go. Wow, I'm sure the 8 people who watch this consistently they're so happy right now that we're back.
Oh man, they got the notifications on when we're dropping.
For real.
Comment down below if you're in the Noti gang. Like and subscribe.
We still haven't gotten one comment. Please, guys. Please.
I'm sure if people watch the whole thing, they'll comment on our horrible takes that we're gonna say today.
They'll probably say how terrible Reese's mic is. I keep noticing that while editing.
Hey, I switched mics today for you, George. Little whiner.
You. Okay. Well, what are we gonna talk about today, Brian?
Well, I was hinting at our horrible takes, and today I wanted to talk about shows and media that we just really dislike, because I feel like we fall into a little trap. We fall into a little gimmick of always just complaining about something, like The Last of Us. And I was like, why don't we just make a whole episode about that?
Why don't we complain about more stuff?
Why don't we just hate? Why don't we just hate all the time?
Do you want to give an example of something you hate?
That was so forced.
I'm trying to keep the conversation okay.
Are we talking genres or are we talking like specific shows?
I would say specific shows, but tropes and genres that could work too.
Okay.
But that was like a Blue's Clues. That was like a Dora the Explorer. Can you find the show you hate?
It's only forced if you make it forced, okay? If you had just rolled with the punches, it wouldn't have. Come on.
What
I'm gonna quit. I'm
do
quitting.
you not like, Brian?
One show that I hate, that I feel like if any female will watch the show will hate me for it, is The Legend of Korra. I hate that show so much.
Yeah, you actually gave it a fair shot.
I tried watching it like 3 times. I just could not bring myself to watch it. Well, Reese said why, but like the reason why I hate it is, one, the whole point of Avatar is bending the elements, and in the Legend of Korra, the whole premise is that machines are taking over. Like, you're in a new age, so it's less about like the Avatar and more about what happens after the Avatar. And I feel like it just takes away from what the first show was all about. But I mean, you guys don't really know anything about it, right?
Well,
I mean, after Avatar, that's it.
I know about season 1.
Mhm.
Actually, yeah, I remember you and me talking about season 1 before you had even tried to watch it. Wasn't that kind of the thing that was like, you know what? Like, we just complain about season 1 of a show we've never watched. Like, we just read like a synopsis. So you were like,
yeah,
I'll give it a try. And then I didn't know you tried 3. Is that the show you were talking about in the chat that you were like gonna give it another try or something?
Not recently. There was someone else that I wanted to give another try, but I haven't talked about Legend of Korra in so long.
Dang, I didn't know you tried watching it 3 times though. I
Yeah,
remember
Jeez.
I remember the first time you tried, and then you were like, "Guys, it sucks. Like, I don't want to touch that thing ever again." I didn't realize you did it 2 more times.
It's like when it first came out a long time ago, I was so hyped. I was like, "Oh man, Avatar is literally like my favorite series. I can't wait for the second season." And I stopped watching it for some reason, probably because I couldn't watch it all. It was on TV at the time, not like Netflix or anything, easily accessible. The second time, it was just to give it another attempt. And then when I started hating on it so much that I was complaining about it a lot, I was like, well, maybe I should finish the first season before I before I hate on it too much. Oh man. But the reason why I hate it is because Korra, like with Aang, it's like his struggle is that he's a pacifist, and a lot of the avatars are telling him, all the past avatars are telling him, you need to kill this dude, or like you need to put your own morals away for the greater good. Um, but I feel like Korra is just such a like an arrogant. Everything comes to her easily. She has no character development. The main problem is Korra, not anyone else. It's just that the main character is such an annoying, lazy piece of. I'm just kidding, but she sucks.
Is she like Rey then? Kind of like from Star Wars? You know,
Yeah,
just kind of like,
yeah,
oh,
no,
everything's gifted.
way more arrogant though. Like
Oh,
her,
really?
yeah. At least maybe she gets better in the third season because I know that she gets like. So in the first season, she loses her powers and she's like in a whiny, mopey little state.
She loses it for like half an episode though,
Yeah,
right?
no. And then Aang
Like,
comes back and is like, "Yeah, you're cool. Like, just forget about it. No character development. You lose your powers, so what? I'm just gonna give it back to you." And then I stopped in the first season because that's so stupid. Like, if you take away the avatars bending, that's their whole thing, and I feel like that's a huge moment. But then Aang just gives it back. It's like, this is so stupid. There's
I
no point in taking it away.
I remember seeing that, and I thought they were actually going to do something very smart. Because if you see, she like basically mastered at least 3 of the elements, like when she was a little kid, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be an interesting thing where her powers are taken away, and it's like she has to start the journey, but like kind of with the perspective of like, oh, it's not like powers she doesn't know, it's like powers she had but were taken away. I thought that was going to be actually like, oh wow, that's like a cool take on like what Aang had to do, right? Because Aang didn't know how to do anything, he had to go and figure it out. So I
Yeah.
was like, that's kind of a cool way of doing it again, but like from a new perspective, right?
Hmm.
Like, but then they just gave her powers back. I remember that was my main issue with it, was just how stupid like that was, like how I was just kind of thinking, like that's why I never gave it a shot, because I was like, that's just like kind of writing 101. Like
Yeah.
how did you see that and not see the potential setup for like an interesting thing, and you just kind of like, oh well, we still want her to have her powers, so just give it back to her. It's like, what was the point of taking them away anyways, if like
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like so the first season, that's where I stopped watching it. I think I finished the first season and I couldn't get past it. But I'm pretty sure Korra gets more manageable, like more palatable later on in like season 3. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not
How
going
many
through
seasons
another
are there?
season. Probably like 4. I think there's 4. It doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be watching them.
Yeah.
Are you done with it? Like you're okay, it's over. Like
Yeah, no,
officially.
I gave it too many tries. I can't. I can't.
Now, I do find it interesting that he gave it so many tries. Like, are you kind of like, it's kind of like how I feel about Last of Us 2, where it's like, I hate it, but I'm conflicted. Like, I want to like it,
Yeah.
but I just don't. Like, do you feel the same way about like Legend of Korra in that kind of sense? And is that why you
If
keep trying to give it a try?
Yeah, no, because it's such a cool. I mean, like the Legend. I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender is such a good show that I'm like, oh, the sequel, the next season must be just as good. Especially when it gets more funding, the animation's better. I feel like the writers. I don't know if the writers stayed the same. They probably didn't, or else it would have been good. But I just wanted it to be good so badly. But it's just like if they took Korra out of it and just had it be everyone else, I would still watch it. But like, she's just intolerable.
Makes it hard when like you like a universe so much, then they add to it, and it's just so bad. They just like you want to like it just because it's in the universe.
It's like Captain Marvel. It's like I'm fine with like female leads, but when you make them like arrogant and then unstoppable with zero struggle, it's like I don't want to watch this. It's just an egotistical mess. I don't care about an egotistical main character.
Personally, I'm extremely sexist and racist. I want Aryan male leads in my movies.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion,
enough.
though. That's just my opinion. Sorry. Keep going.
Oh yeah, no, that's my main gripe with Legend of Korra. It's just so it's focused on the wrong person, and that's my main problem with it.
How many seasons did Avatar have?
That's a good question. I think it's 4 as well.
Oh, really?
Was it 4? I thought it was 3 because it was the first one was like the Book of Air, and then they went to water. No, it was water first, and then
water,
they went
earth,
to
fire.
the earth, and then wait, did they end it on the fire season? Isn't it just 3? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Let me Google it real quick.
Dang, I thought Avatar had like 12 seasons or something.
What?
I don't know. I never watched that show.
Yeah, it had 3. Long. It had 3.
I remember it has 4, by the way.
I remember they were going to have a 4th season, and then just never did it for some reason.
I'm not mad at that.
I mean, considering what we got with Legend of Korra, I wish we could have stuck with those characters more.
That's true. But, I mean, if they did the comics are just as good as the show. If they animated the comics, I would be very, very happy with that.
I think
the show came first, and the comics after. Strangely enough.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm done spouting about Legend of Korra. I don't want to even think about it anymore. So
I'll bring up one more thing. I think that was another issue I had with Legend of Korra is I didn't like how they treated the main characters of the OG Avatar. Like I don't know, just like what's her name?
Toph?
No, not Toph, because she's actually in it. Toph, Sokka is like he's dead, and then they don't like mention like it's Suki, right? That's
Suki,
the chick.
Yeah.
They don't mention her at all, and it's just kind of like those are my favorite characters, dude.
It was really the only cool dynamic that like a relationship had. Because Aang and Katara were kind of like cringe. I mean, it's like kind of cringe love scene, but Sokka was like funny cringe in the way he like rizzed up so many women for no reason.
For real. So, honestly, Sokka was the best character in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
He was so sick, dude. His like meteorite sword, like he was straight up the only one without powers. But like I feel like they would have lost at the end in the finale if it weren't for him. Like they straight up would have lost.
Oh, that's no for like just to cover my backside. But I agree with you. Sokka is such a cool character because that's actual struggle. He has no bending, and he has to supplement it with something, which is becoming a master swordsman. That's so sick.
And also
to cover my behind, Toph is so cool. I'm not sexist, guys. Please, guys.
Yeah, she's funny too. I remember seeing a lot of like YouTube clips of just like her, like when they're in the sand and they keep like coming back to like, or when they're riding on the flying bison. Man, I forget. It's been a while since I watched it, but like, do you remember where they like, oh, check that out, and Toph is like, oh yeah, dude, that's so sick. It's like, I can't see anything, guys. Like.
And then to get back at them, she points out like they're trying to find a giant sand castle, a giant castle library, and she goes, "Oh, look, there it is!" And everyone goes, "Where?" And she's like, "I'm blind for still."
That's funny.
Yeah, no. Oh man, I need to watch that show again. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a rewatch. Reese, you've never watched it, right?
I watched the first 2 episodes and I stopped, but
Why?
Give it another go. I don't know. The animation art style in the beginning was just so weird to me.
Yeah,
It's just
no, that's valid.
no, it's not. Reese is a loser, dude. We should
Well,
have
it's
kicked him
You
valid.
out.
watch anime, you're a dweeb. I don't want to hear from you, dweeb.
No, it's valid because the first few episodes are not well animated. But I feel like you should give it a chance. I know I'm hypocritical in saying this because I cannot watch a few because even though I think The Legend of Korra will get better after the first 2 seasons, I'm not gonna put in the time. So like,
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm okay with any animation. I think the only thing that was kind of weird when I first started watching The Last Airbender is like the resolution is like weird. Like that's my only gripe with it. I remember watching
Really?
it because they had it on Netflix. The later episodes aren't like this, but the first couple episodes have those like black bars on the side, and
Yeah.
it's like a square. I remember that was kind of weird. I was like, whoa, like I didn't remember it being that old that they needed like those black bars. But I think later in like the next couple, like the next 2 seasons, it's not like that anymore. So
I
you
just
know,
didn't like
luckily,
the faces or whatever. Like they're weird. Like how I jumped from like a weird smile to like crying face. It just looked weird.
you look weird.
I hate you.
yeah, no. Well, it is a cartoon. It's
Yeah, it's expected. It's just
yeah.
whatever.
Well, since we've been talking about something that only me and Bryant can really talk about, what about you, Reese? Hopefully that didn't sound too Dora the Explorer.
That was pretty forced
Read.
there, George. But okay.
I have a
All
sound
right.
for that.
Shows I hate. I want when I was younger, I always hated people who liked Friends or The Office. But
Yeah.
like those shows aren't bad. I feel like it's more just the people who like it are awful. Like they just write it so hard for whatever reason.
So you don't
Yeah,
hate the
that's
shows,
true.
you hate the people who like the shows.
Yeah. Like I think it's like that, and then I think the only shows I actually hate are like FBI or the CIA shows or whatever. I just think those are so stupid. I don't know why I don't want to watch them.
You don't like the cringy like hacking into the mainframe.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, we got a bomb threat again today. Like, there's like 20 million episodes, so you've already seen this before. Why do you enjoy it?
Yeah,
I
no.
don't get it.
Those like CIA, FBI shows have the same feeling as like medical shows cuz being in a medical like hospital isn't too intriguing. Same thing with like police work sometimes. I'm guessing it's pretty paperwork heavy. And so to make it interesting, you're like, oh yeah, we need to have a terrorist. We need to have like triple 9/11s going on at all times.
Yeah, for real.
I think the worst is probably those the shows that are like that. But have you seen that? What is it? It's like the one with the firemen though, and they just make up stuff. Like it's just like
Fireman
it's not
show?
possible. Yeah, like obviously if it was realistic, every episode would basically be the same. Where it's just like this house is on fire, to cover it in water. But like they'll like do stupid things just to make it interesting. Like things that if you were a fireman you would never actually do. Like I remember seeing a clip where they have to like get to the other door or something, and the dude's like, "I'll jump over the fire guy." Like, well,
What?
yeah, and it's just like, well, what are you guys doing? Like, it was just, I don't know. I think
Every
those types,
episode
because say
repeated.
what you will about like those like police shows and stuff, but I mean, there are serial killers, you know? People do kill
Yeah.
each other. Like fires, on the other hand, like guys, like there are just some things that fires don't do, and it's just retarded when you see it.
Yeah, no, it's like
I could not imagine that.
there's a few things like I've seen some like I've seen a few YouTube videos where it's like here are the like top 5 things that are super dangerous to firefighters, and it's like a special like type of like if it's in an enclosed environment and a sudden gust of air comes into the house, it might like explode with how hot it gets. But like that's the only thing that you can think of. Like with at least with police work, it's like yeah, there is like a serial killer out there. But if it's just a firefighter, it's like there's a cat stuck in a tree. There's a false alarm where a kid is like making matches, or every other day there's a burning house down. It's you can't do much. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just a fire. I don't know. I'm not a
Feels like
firefighter, but
most of their calls would be like someone left the stove on during the night. Like,
yeah,
not raging fires are gonna burn down half the Northwest or something.
It's just
there was a whole movie about that too, wasn't there? Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, there's a whole movie about firefighters, but for forest fires, it was pretty cool.
yeah.
I guess that might be cool.
Speaking of forest fires, did you guys hear about the fires in Canada? Did you hear
Yeah,
about
it's
that?
super
Why
schmoggy
you're getting
and
so much smoke around here?
Yeah, apparently like all the like crap is coming down to like New York and it makes it look like have you seen those pictures from New York? It just looks like Blade Runner or some crap where like all the sky's all orange and stuff.
That's
I saw
wild.
a cringy TikTok that I think you guys will appreciate. It's like New York's got that Breaking Bad filter over it. It's so
Now I
smoggy
gotta
and like
see it.
yellow.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm like looking at images now. It's
speaking of
not good.
The Office and like the Friends, I feel like if you watch it by yourself, it's kind of like it's a weird in between like you put on a podcast to like I don't know, to fill in the spaces, like you use it to fill in like gaps in your day where you don't have anything to do and you want to listen to something. I feel like Friends is such a monotonous thing. It's like Dragon Ball Z where they just fight each other all the time.
Yeah.
At least that is like high octane, but like with Friends, it's just the same thing over and over again, but they're hanging out. It's the
They're just
worst
sitting on
version
the
of like a
couch.
podcast. Yeah. At least with The Office, it's like the first few seasons make me cringe so bad that at least that makes me like that piques my interest. It's so cringy that I want to like crawl away. But with Friends, it's just like, oh, cool. Laugh track, wait 5 seconds. Laugh track, wait 5 seconds. It's so. I hate Friends. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Friends, but I did watch The Office. I remember in like junior high, I watched the whole Office. I like binge watched it.
Really?
Because I mean, I don't know. Isaac was telling me about it, how he was like, "Oh, this is really good." So I watched it, and I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I
If we
didn't.
watched it together, it would be much more palatable. But by myself, I couldn't forgive myself for that.
You couldn't.
I think The Office is pretty funny, at least for the first couple of seasons. But I feel
You
like,
think the first couple of seasons are more funny than the later seasons?
oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
The later, I was gonna say that the later seasons kind of suck, dude.
What?
Yeah,
They're awful.
they're not awful. I
What?
still like
Okay, they're
them,
not
but
awful, but they're like, bro, what were they doing? Just end
yeah,
the
it's
show.
just kind of.
Dude, I think the first few seasons are like they lean into the fact that it's like, oh, hidden camera reality TV show. And then later on they're like, okay, everyone knows it's fake, so let's just go crazy with it.
Kind
I
of funny
like
because
No,
that's kind of a hot take from you, Brian. Because the
I
general
bet.
consensus is that like the later seasons are not as good.
Well,
You know?
my friend, I can't say their name, but
You can say it, I'll edit it out.
okay, my friend,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, I
she would.
don't.
Oh right, I think
Who?
Reese should. The girl that went homecoming with me.
Yeah.
She said the same thing, and I was like, I agree. Well, I mean, she's a hardcore Office fan, but she likes the later seasons more than the earlier
Okay,
seasons.
well, she's also a girl, so I just no.
We're not sexist, I promise.
That's weird of her to say. She's an Office fan.
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh? Weird.
I feel like
But,
I
like,
have a lot of hot takes when it comes to
have you
group
seen the whole? Have you seen all
activities.
The Office?
No.
Oh,
Wait, so you think the later seasons are better, but did you even reach the later seasons?
So I actually actively tried to watch the first couple of seasons. Couldn't do it, but with my family when we were watching it just on a car trip, I thought the later seasons were much more palatable.
Huh.
I see.
Interesting.
Maybe it's because they pick and chose what episodes to watch. So maybe they just gave you the best ones to watch.
I mean, that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's true.
I did not like The Office.
Huh.
Overall, you didn't like it. No.
It's a funny premise, but I think doing it in real life is impossible for one. But if they could pull it off, that'd be so much more. I mean, if they could pull it off, it would be better for me. But like, how do you do that? Offices are boring, so
Yeah.
not many of them have a
I don't
racist
think.
and sexist boss to to mess around with.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't think.
Unfortunately,
No, I mean, The Office. I had a good time watching it, but I don't think I'll ever rewatch it. I think it's like I liked
Yeah.
it, but I'll
Yeah.
just keep it that way. I don't really feel like watching it again. Not
Yeah,
gonna
fair
lie.
enough.
Friends, however, I watch that every day. That show's amazing.
You like the Friends, or are you saying you like these shows? You like? Yeah, right. You just don't like the people that watch it.
Oh, I hate Friends too. I think
Oh,
it's a
okay,
stupid
good,
show.
good.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, I've never watched Friends, but I get like clips of it from my YouTube
Mhm.
Shorts. From what I've seen, it's kind of funny. Just from the YouTube Shorts, yeah.
Oh no.
And now again, it's not like I've watched a whole episode. It's just like maybe I feel that like kind of how your family made you feel about the later season of The Office.
Yeah, no, that's
They're
fair.
not gonna choose the worst parts of like a show to show you on like a YouTube short. So I don't know. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll ever give it a try, but I have a positive view just based on those shorts.
Really? You
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
wait to laugh until the laugh track goes. And oh, that's pretty
Well,
funny.
Oh, they laughed. I gotta laugh.
well, I will say this: compared to like modern shows, like I feel like the laugh track thing in when I was seeing those clips of Friends, like you never think about it, but then like that's the only issue with watching shorts like that because every short turns into like, oh, here's like Big Bang Theory, and like Big Bang Theory is like
Oh, yeah.
one of the most unfunny things ever.
True.
Dude, my
You know?
parents love Big Bang
No.
Theory. Oh my gosh. And like I'll
Wow.
be in the kitchen and I'll be watching it with them and I'll go, "Haven't you guys seen this episode already?" And I know for a fact they have, and they go, "Oh, I don't know. We just watch it." I just go, "Oh my gosh." At least with TikTok,
Yeah.
I don't watch the same things, but my parents literally have brain rotted to the point where they're like, "Oh, haha, Big Bang Theory. This episode's funny."
Big Bang Theory was the original TikTok. It was the TikTok of their generation. You know.
Now it's young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon is unironically worse.
I agree. I don't understand why
I
people
don't
like
know.
that show either.
YouTube
not
Shorts, you guys.
Good.
Bazinga.
No, okay. This is what I've seen is from Young Sheldon. I've heard that Sheldon himself is like the most annoying part of that show, but like the
Yes.
side characters are like weirdly really well written. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. I agree with that. Sheldon's brother,
Georgie, yeah.
George Jr. or whatever. He gets a girl pregnant, and that's like the climax of anything that happens in those shows. Everything else is so
It's
mundane.
sad.
Just kind of, I don't know. I think the main issue I have with that show is just it's kind of retarded to make a prequel, in my opinion. Like I don't know, because it's like apparently like you kind of know the ending for all these characters. You know, like I was
Yeah.
reading a comment. I was like, oh, I wonder how like the show turns out for all the characters. And it's like, oh, Georgie gets like, because I've never watched The Big Bang Theory. I'm never going to. So, but apparently they talk about it and how Georgie apparently gets like divorced and like his parents die or some crap. And it's just like, okay, well, it's like
the dad dies.
it's just kind of like just to make a new show, dude. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of
Yeah, no. From what I've seen with The Big Bang Theory, they explain the characters enough where you 100% did not need a sequel or a prequel, you know for a fact that Sheldon was a genius in school. He flaunts that he got his like master's degree when he was 16 every episode, and like so you know for a fact Sheldon's a smart kid. Obviously, if they talk about Georgie went to the car factory place again where he works, it's like okay, well they need to talk about Georgie being fascinated with cars. And then it's the only stuff that happens is like, oh, cool. We already explained it once. Let's just show it in a show. And it's
I
so
mean,
stupid.
it is stupid, but I
Yeah.
mean,
I'm
apparently
sure the people
it
who are
works.
gonna watch it though they're not looking for the best content in the world.
They probably
Yeah,
forgot that they watch Big Bang Theory and not everything is, you know.
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
no. Oh man. What about you, Jorge? Any media that gets your gherkin
Well,
irked?
a lot of the things we're talking about are things we've never really like interacted with, really, honestly. Like Big Bang Theory, never watched an episode. Even Young Sheldon or Friends that I've seen clips of, I've seen like 20 minutes max of just interlaced like
Yeah.
skits and stuff. So I can't even say that for sure that's a good show. I don't even know.
It's
But
just a sitcom archetype. It's just like
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of obvious. Yeah. Honestly, when we critique shows like that, we're not really critiquing the show itself. We're critiquing like that whole kind of genre because like comedy
yeah.
shows just suck. They really do. You know? But the thing I hate that I know very like I know a lot is Dark Souls 2. Hate that game.
What?
Yeah, that game sucks. I've literally and I can say this for a fact that I hate this because
Wait, what'd you say? I think I misheard you.
Dark Souls 2.
What? That's not even a show.
That's a media. That's media.
I mean, it works. There's no real like. I was gonna bring up a manga later, so I guess like. I mean, I guess it
Yeah,
works.
come on. I mean, to be honest, I don't hate too many things. You know, there's not really a show I hate.
No, you're the biggest hater.
I am the biggest hater. Wait, of what? Of what? I can name two things that I hate a lot. And
No,
that's
I'm just joking. You play devil's advocate enough where I just think you're a hater.
well, okay, I still am a hater.
Talmadge for one.
Yeah, I hate Talmadge. Yeah.
Putting texting the group chat. You hate that.
Not
I
pronouncing
don't
G.
hate it. I just, you know.
He's not pronouncing your G's.
Okay, yeah. But Reese, is that really hating, or is that just trying to, better my friend? You know, trying to help him out, try and open his eyes to see his.
You mean
you're
his
such
ear? You little
you care
goober.
so much.
I don't think it's a problem. I don't.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Well,
if this was a sitcom, the laugh track would be going on right now.
George would be laughing.
I hate it.
So wait, why don't you like Dark Souls 2 again?
Honestly, it's just not good. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of weird because I've played. Okay, this is what I was going into. Is I've played it a lot. I really have. I've played 155 hours of Dark Souls 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think I do have a problem because there are because I don't know why I have such an obsession to like when I don't like a game, I have to like make sure I really don't like this game. So I'll force myself to play it. You know, like that's how I felt about Dark Souls 2. I didn't want to give it a bad rap until I did everything, and I did everything. And now I can like comfortably say like, yeah, no, the bosses suck. Like the place looks ugly. Like I hate how everything looks. There's a couple places that look amazing actually, but it's just like the bosses suck. The DLCs, everyone says they're good. In my opinion, they're boring as crap. Except for like Fume Knight, who's like actually top tier boss. Like he's amazing. But besides that, like they kind of suck, dude. They kind of suck. You know, it's just I don't know. There's some people who really love it, and I will never understand those people. I tried to understand them. I just don't, dude. I just don't. But honestly,
Fume Knight is if you want to go, if you like Fume Knight, if he's the only thing that's good in Dark Souls 2, just play Dark Souls 3 because he's in it.
Yeah.
Fume Knight is in it.
Well, his sword is at least.
Yeah, I knew that. I was like, wait, he's like a boss. I'm pretty sure I would have known
Yeah,
that.
no, his sword is in it. That's the only thing I care about. It
That's a
takes
cool
50
sword.
strength to wield, by the way.
You need to be a very strong guy. Yeah.
What a
Now,
stupid weapon.
I will
What?
Do you not like strength builds, huh, Brian?
Well, when I first played Dark Souls 3, I was like, oh, I gotta wield this sword. And then I realized how long it takes to go into 50 levels of strength while also having like health and stamina. Oh my gosh. I think it was a great weapon, but like even though you needed 50 strength to wield it, it still got like out damaged by like the starting sword or
Bruh.
axe for like the Viking or whatever.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It was so bad.
I mean,
But
that's just Dark Souls in general. I
yeah,
feel like
that's fair.
the coolest weapons are always like, you like kind of force yourself to use them. And, it's like, this is not the most amount of damage you can get, but it's so cool. Like, I want to use it, but,
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
like the
Uh-huh.
Moonlight Blade and Bloodborne. That's how I feel about that one. You've never played Bloodborne, I forgot.
It's in that game?
Yeah, it's in
like
every game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's
But
good in
cool.
Elden Ring though, luckily.
Oh, yeah, I never. Well, no, I think I do have it, but I just never upgraded it. But, yeah, like the Moonlight Blade there, it's so cool. It's so dope, but it's like maybe with a specific build, it's amazing. But the build I had in Bloodborne, it just didn't work.
Mhm.
And I like forced myself to use it for like a whole segment, and it was cancer. But it was like, dude, I wanna use this, like, yeah. So I forced myself to. But.
Wait, for Dark Souls 2, I think you've said this before, but one of the things you hate is that the world is just like crumpled. It's changed beyond recognition, basically.
Oh, well, because that's like two things. Like, because the whole thing about Dark Souls 2, spoilers, I guess, for people. I mean, it literally doesn't matter because
Uh-oh.
Dark Souls 3 just kind of ignores Dark Souls 2, honestly.
Mhm.
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't looked into the lore too much, but, like, basically, the whole thing is it's kind of revealed, at least actually super early on, if you go into the basement, that, the Dark Souls 2 takes place like on top of a Norlundo and like that whole place. And it's just like everything that used to exist is just gone now. And I thought that was kind of lame. I was like, why? Because I remember the first time I played it, I didn't go into the basement. Or I think I did, but I just didn't look at the urn or whatever. And I kind of thought like, oh, at least this takes place in like another kingdom, right? And it
Yeah.
doesn't take place in another kingdom. It's like it's another kingdom, but it's on top in a Norlundo. And I was like, I
Yeah,
remember kind of thinking like, oh, the whole game I was thinking about like, dude, imagine like things from a Norlundo like showing up here or something. But it's like, no, they're actually the same place. And it kind of it's like, oh, a Norlundo's destroyed by this point. And I'm just I don't know.
That's gotta be so disappointing to be like, oh, I can't like the Dark Souls universe is expanding, like the lore. Imagine this lore in this new place. You're like, oh wait, we're still here.
Everything's gone.
Yeah. I don't know. To be honest, we should probably move on from this subject because I would have a lot more to say, but it's actually been such a long time since I played Dark Souls 2. That,
Gotcha.
There's
I think Brian was going to say something.
there was so I was talking about a manga I wanted to talk about. And I haven't even read it. I just skimmed through it like all the way because I keep seeing TikTok clips of it. I'm like, this sounds like kind of interesting, but also really stupid at the same time. So I was like, oh, I need to figure out because like already I was like hating on it before I even read it. And then I was like, well, let me go see if if I'm justified. So I was gonna go skim it, and I did it today, I think. And so the premise is it's a boxing manga.
Huh.
And
Okay.
the main protagonist is extremely traumatized. Like he has a horrible life.
Okay.
But he has this innate ability to be like the best boxer ever.
Classic anime.
Classic. But it's even worse. It's even worse than a classic anime. It's like, oh, look at this guy. Because like the classic story of like, oh, I'm gonna pull the sword from the stone. Oh, I'm the chosen one.
Yeah.
That's so. It can be done well, but in this, it's like, oh, look at the super depressed, traumatized guy. Oh wait, he's actually really good at something. Sword Art Online, how it's like a self-insert.
Oh yeah.
This is like a cringe self-insert in a different sense than Sword Art Online because it's like, oh, I'm such a damaged person. Oh, I got a dark side to me. I see red when I'm angry.
Oh no.
It's like validating all these cringe people. Well, the manga is just called The Boxer, by the way, for anyone who wants to go and
The
read it.
boxer.
Just The Boxer.
Wow, very original.
And so I was reading through some comments, and especially on Reddit too, like these people who are like just meat riding it so hard, and they're like, and I looked up if the main character has ever lost, if he's ever lost a fight, and it turned out that he has not lost a fight,
Okay.
ever in the entire manga, and it's already finished. He'd never lost once. And so I was like, does he ever lose? And so I go to this Reddit, and they're like, I think he might lose because his power is linked to his trauma. So I'm like, okay, that's stupid for one. But then I was thinking, oh, it would be really cool if he's traumatized, he's super good at boxing, he's winning, and then he finally like gets rid of his trauma. He heals himself. He like fixes his like problems, and then he loses like the championship. I was like, that would be pretty cool because he loses the fight, but he wins the war. He's a better person because of it. But instead of anything like that happens, the final fight, he just kicks the trash out of the opponent, just completely obliterates him. And at the end of the fight, he goes, I finally don't feel lonely anymore because the other guy is also kind of traumatized. I'm like, okay, what?
That's
Where's the
weird.
character development? Where's the story? This is
Yeah.
so stupid.
Honestly, I feel like the only way that could work is if maybe you do an ending where he wins, but like since it's like suffering that makes him so good, maybe in the end he's like, wow, this wasn't worth it at all because it's like I won this championship. But like
Uh-huh. You can
everything
do something
sucks.
with
Like
it.
this is
You could do
horrible.
something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like wait, so like he suffers and then he wins and then like yeah, it's kind of
It's all good.
it's kind of stupid a little bit. I can see
It's
where
it's not even like oh, I'm struggling to get this goal I want. I'm struggling to get this goal I want. It's I'm struggling not to get a goal. I'm struggling, and then out off here to the outskirts, it just makes me good at something. Okay, what? Where's the connection for one? And then two, you can't just give the main character like everything he wants. You can't be like, "Oh, I'm such a sad little sad boy. My life sucks. Oh, but I'm really good at boxing. Oh, the championship is here. I win. Okay, I'm less sad now, and I get the girlfriend, and I start an orphanage for traumatized kids." It's like this is such a stupid story.
Yeah.
On one side, you have like Berserk, not a happy story. And on the other side, it's like, oh, I'm so traumatized and dark and sad, but I get everything I want because I'm a little baby boy. The author needs like a psychoanalyst. Like, I need to study his brain because what is he thinking?
Yeah. I mean, like Baki's kind of like that. Like it's not. I don't like Baki,
Uh,
but at least there's some struggle in it a little bit for Baki,
yeah.
and it's still purely fighting. But you can just imagine all the cringe losers who read that boxing
Like,
stuff. It's like
I'm
this is
just
so
like
mean.
Baki.
So dumb.
Like at least with Baki, he he's already like one of the best, but he can't reach the pinnacle, and that's what he's fighting for. I will admit it's not an intriguing story. Like I'm not gonna. It's just because
Yeah.
big muscle men fight each other. I'm not watching it because anything interesting is happening.
Boring.
At least with Berserk, it's like, oh, he's struggling so much. Even though I don't really like Berserk too much, I think it's a little too much for me. Listen,
What? What are you
listen.
saying, George?
If I
Hear
gave
this?
it a chance, I would love it. But I do not want to put myself through that.
I
So,
It's
mean,
too much. It's too much for
you
me.
don't want to see
you're
rape
just kind of a
porn?
loser.
I don't want to see Guts getting brutally molested like Bobby Lee. I don't want to see his girlfriend get brutally molested by his best friend. Like I can't handle that. I can't watch that.
It makes you a man. Puts hair on your chest.
Yeah.
I'm just like Guts. No, stop being cringe. You're a dude, you're
Well,
a white kid from the suburbs. Please find reason within yourself.
well,
Nope.
about that boxing thing, I did watch. Did you guys ever hear about Megalobox?
No.
No.
Nah, it's an anime I watched that was kind of similar. Honestly, it just seems like a better version of what you were talking about, the
Uh-huh.
boxer or whatever.
Uh-uh.
It's pretty good though.
Of
It
course
kind of
you
reminds
like
me
it,
of that,
George.
but like a little different. I don't know if you would like it though, because like the main character is OP, but like I think the ending is kind of what you talked about, where there's like a change sort of.
Uh-huh.
Because basically the whole thing is like the main character. It's like they're in the future and they like use like mech arms to fight, and the main character doesn't. That's like his whole gimmick is that he just doesn't use mech arms. So he like goes into the tournament and everyone
Uh-huh.
has these mech arms, but he just uses normal arms, and he like uses like because everyone's just a brawler basically, and he just
Yeah.
actually boxes. No, but I remember. I mean, spoiler. Do you guys care about Megalobox?
I would rather just hear it from you instead of going and finding it.
Yeah, I mean, it has a season 2. I never watched it though. That season 2 came out a while ago. And it wasn't like an amazing show. It wasn't like top 10 or anything, but I enjoyed it. But at the end, it kind of had a cool thing where like the main antagonist, right? He's like this like rich guy. Well, he's not rich, but like he's funded by some really rich people who are trying to show
Mhm.
off their like ultimate thing. I remember the ending being really, really dope because at the end, he like sees like the main character go through this tournament, like defeating all these guys with mech arms, and he's like super inspired. So for the last fight, he takes off the mech arms and they just box each other like normally. And like basically these mech arms are like they're connected to your nerves or something. So by the end of the fight, he's paralyzed, but like it was totally worth it for him
Uh-huh.
or some crap like that. I remember that was like super dope
Yeah,
ending.
no.
Like I like
I
the
think
ending a
that's
lot.
cool. As long as the main character isn't a super depressed self-insert of a loner in school that gets everything he wants. As long as it's not that, I think it's a good show.
Is
I think
there?
it's stupid, George.
Oh, okay.
Hater
You're
Reese.
that's stupid.
I mean, this should be our hater episode, honest.
That's true.
True.
I
Just
hate
us
all of
hating
you.
on things. Dude, I'm like thinking about this is gonna be one of the most annoying episodes to listen to. There's probably
We're
like
just whining.
everything we're complaining about is just like, well, I haven't watched this, but like, dude, this sucks. It's like,
Oh, that's true.
is there is there something we've all watched like we can all say like we all dislike and we know for a fact that we dislike it?
um,
Like I honestly don't think so. There's not too much like overlap with things we've watched.
yeah, no, probably not.
I would say Star Wars, but no.
No, I haven't
Fine.
watched Star Wars.
And you
No.
haven't
I don't
seen
watch
it.
any Star Wars.
I mean, even though I like the new Star Wars,
You like him?
through the hate that you guys have funneled into me, I can see why it's so hated.
Wow, they've corrupted you, dude.
They've
Well,
corrupted
we've
my
corrupted.
loving soul into a
goodness.
hateful void.
These things are awful.
Wait,
Disgusting movie.
specifically, when you talk about new Star Wars, you're talking about like the new movies, the sequels.
Yeah, the sequels.
Except for
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Rogue One was
Rogue
alright.
One, yeah, bro. I don't. People say that one kind of sucked, but I
What?
remember watching that and being like,
What?
yeah,
What?
dude, this
Who
is
says
good. Yeah.
that?
Well, like there's like a YouTuber I watch. He's like, dude, Rogue One was
the
like where all
MMA
this
guru.
crap. What?
He's just trying to be different. I have nothing else to hate on. I'm such a moral and happy guy.
No, you're
Nope.
not.
Yeah, we know that that's not true.
I'm trying to. I don't think I hate that much stuff too.
It's
Like I
just,
like hating on stuff. I don't hate that much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But if you guys are wondering, Bryant didn't have another topic, so this is like the whole episode.
That's true. I have 0 topics to talk about after this.
You know what? Let's bring up, because I feel like we have kind of, what's the word? Milked this segment. Like there's literally, we've been talking about things we've never watched. We've been talking about things that are like probably really boring to hear about, like Dark Souls 2. Like,
I think I was thinking about another one. What conspiracy theorists do you guys actually believe in?
Conspiracy theorist? Or you mean
theories. Yeah, no, I misspoke.
I was like, a specific conspiracy theorist that I believe in, like everything they say. I don't know.
Jones.
Alex Jones. I hate it. I hate the soundboard already. This is awful.
Okay, I'll stop. It's actually kind of annoying, but
Maybe.
I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist guy. I'm gonna be honest.
Didn't you talk about how you believed in Bigfoot the last episode?
That's not conspiracy theory.
That is a
It's
conspiracy.
true.
That is 100% a conspiracy.
How is that a conspiracy? I'm not conspiring with anyone.
That's a good
Just
point.
pointing out.
That's like a myth or a legend that you believe in.
You believe in mythological creatures and spirits, but you don't believe there's like a conspiracy at all? Like,
I believe in
which
Wood
ones
in
do you believe in,
Mexico.
George?
Conspiracy theory that I believe in. I believe that JFK's head probably went up to the TVs of people and started talking to them.
I don't. That's such a random thing you would bring up. I don't know what you're talking
what
about.
the heck?
Yeah, people who believe that, bro.
They're so silly.
I just made that up on the spot. Imagine thinking that actually happened. That's crazy.
That'd be pretty cringe.
But where did you hear that? I'm intrigued to know.
No, I just made it up. I don't. I've never heard anything of that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know how my brain works, Brian. I'm just like, I just came up with it on the
silly
spot.
guy. But if you figure out where that came from, let me know. Okay.
Yeah. In the comments, please, guys. Please post a comment. I don't care if you don't know. Just
please post a comment about JFK's head talking to people. Please. I'm
going crazy.
Please.
Okay, back to what we were talking about, conspiracy. I think the CIA. Okay, this is still relating to JFK in a way. I think the CIA probably did kill him and the MLK. Most likely.
For sure. Martin Luther
probably
King.
did. Yeah. I think that's one I'll kind of believe, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's not enough evidence.
For MLK being killed by the FBI?
Yeah.
Have you done your research?
They must be good at it if there's not a lot of evidence.
What?
Have you done your research?
Well, didn't he just get killed by like some white supremacist?
No, supremacist?
I mean, it's pretty easy to take someone's hate and direct it towards someone and give them the resources to do it.
Well, it's just like...
So let me go into my next topic of the Las Vegas shooting, cough. Which I 100% believe is a ploy to do some anti-rifle type policies.
Really?
Yeah. Mainly because I don't doubt someone could just shoot up a concert, but the fact that his brother was like, there's no motive, and then his house burnt down after that, and then his computer, which ran Windows 64, had like 30 terabytes of CP on it.
Small numbers.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, the only thing I know about that really is just from memes. So I can't say I'm like 100%. But like, even those memes, it's like the original paragraph. If you think about it, is kind of weird how they got so much ammo and like up to that like hotel room. It's like, how did no
Yeah.
one notice? Like you would have to carry like how much did it say? It's like the amount of
That was a
rounds
lot.
dispensed. Yeah, it's like a ton of pounds. So this dude is just carrying either multiple briefcases up or he's taking it all in one go, which is like crazy. Like
Mhm.
how would no one notice? You know?
I don't really think like the CIA, the FBI, I don't think they're like omnipotent organizations. But I do think they do stuff that's like so fishy that I just can't really trust them.
Yeah. It's just
Unless
like
they're
back to
watching
the
this and then I give them all my loyalty.
Oh, that's a thing. This is all satire. This
Yeah.
is all
Yeah.
joke. The
This is
segment
all
when
joke.
when Brian brought it up, you can see in our notes that we'll put up on screen right now. Is this is the funny moments, not
Yep.
real.
This is funny satire moments that we're making up on the spot.
Yeah,
Except for the
exactly.
JFK head thing. If that's real, let me know. Please, I'm actually I'm begging.
Well, okay, Reese, you don't believe in any conspiracies. Is there like any like fishy thing that the government has done that like maybe it's not a conspiracy, but like there's something there that you believe?
I still think like I'd say corporations or big donors probably have a big part on what policies get passed in the U.S.
That's not a conspiracy theory.
That's just
That's
obvious.
proven.
Yeah.
That's just
Okay.
lobbying.
What an idiot, dude. This guy sucks.
Kill
Kick
this
him out.
guy.
Yeah, kill
FBI,
him.
he can't be trusted.
Everyone was joking except for Reese. He's a child molester. He's actually.
Check his hard drive
Yeah.
um, ooh, I don't like GMO stuff. I do think that's kind of shady.
Huh?
Like big corporations are like,
genetically.
hey, genetically modify foods.
Yeah.
And some countries they'll like push off farmers by I don't like Monsanto's got a kind of a bad rap. I don't know if you've heard of them before. That's like my one area that I'm kind of like, I guess, little conspiracy is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a conspiracy. They just
Yeah. No,
actually suck.
I think that fits
Okay.
into lobbying too, because other countries have banned just a wide variety of chemicals, but the U.S. still has like 1,000 banned chemicals that we still use.
Which is wild.
Yeah, which is not okay. But that's just kind of like more corporate greed. It's not really like the moon landing was fake. It's not really like that.
Yeah. And then I don't have any conspiracies, I guess.
You're just
kind
a
of
really
boring.
tame guy.
Yeah, except for Bigfoot. You really like
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
That's so weird
That's
that
all
that's
my
just
paranormal stuff is the weird part of me.
yeah. You don't think there's any like presidential ghosts at all? Like maybe that could be a conspiracy that you
Oh, I
believe
talk to Abraham Lincoln like every night, but
in.
besides
Oh, tell him what's up, man.
that, yeah, he says he regrets all that he did.
Freeing the slaves. I've heard so
Joke.
many stuff. I've
That
heard
was a joke. That was a joke.
there's another conspiracy theory that Abraham Lincoln did not want to free the slaves, but he had to like win the war or something. I don't really know it.
Yeah, I
My
think
U.S. history sucks, but like,
No idea about that.
yeah, leave this out. Just kidding. I don't care.
yeah.
There's another one. The most outlandish conspiracy theory that like is 100%, 99% not probable is cloning humans and the Illuminati. But like, there's so many conspiracy theorists. It's like, oh, Kanye West said something like this, and they didn't like it. Look what he looks like 2 weeks from now after he took a hiatus. He looks a little different, and I'm going,
Yeah.
oh, maybe cloning isn't so far fetched. But Kanye's Kanye, so like, he could have pulled a weekend, the weekend and got prosthesis or whatever. Prosthetics.
Prosthesis. I still love Kanye, by the way.
Kanye is so
Base
dope.
Kanye.
I hate what goes on his mind, but he's kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that whole thing with him. I feel like he was
We
trying
should
to
just
make
ignore
a
it,
point.
We don't like.
No.
We should just completely ignore it.
I think he was trying to make a point, but like he's really like dumb in how like what are you doing, dude? Like I don't know, because I don't genuinely think he loves Hitler. I think he was just trying to make a weird point where it was like,
Yeah,
is
no,
it?
his mind works in such a weird way that like I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, I don't. I mean, I just need to stay away from this topic.
Yeah, we should.
Hating Jews isn't very much of this.
Because like I feel like Jorge is onto something, but like also not really because you can't like for such
I'm not.
an artist, like such a genuine artist, I feel like he could have articulated hating Jewish people a little better.
No, like okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear. I don't really know what he was trying to say. I
Yeah,
just
no.
know because I don't think he actually like hates Jews, right? Like it's just kind of weird. Like I mean, think about why he
You're just
loves them
giving him the
again.
benefit of the doubt, even though he
No.
said I love Hitler with
Yeah.
enthusiasm. We're just
Yeah.
hoping that he's not an anti-Semite, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
All I'm saying is that like it's just it was just so weird. Like everything is just so weird. Like again, the post where he's saying how he loves Jews again. He watched
Yeah.
21 Jump Street. That's like the most random thing. He's like, "Thank you, Jonah Hill, for making me love Jews again." Like, what is this? Like, did you
He's just
see
went
that,
off his
Brian?
meds.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, I know he
Yeah,
needs. I
it's just
mean, medication isn't always the answer, but like,
it might be.
maybe it will help. I mean, like,
Maybe just a little bit.
yeah, because you know the Andrew Tate thing. It's like we need to escape the Matrix, and like the dream thing. It's like I don't want to take my happy pills. It's like they're here to help you, dude.
Kanye entered the Matrix for a little bit. Look what happened.
I guess hating Jewish people is exiting the Matrix, right, Jorge?
It's the only way to leave. For real.
Oh my
George is
gosh.
pretty much there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I lean on conspiracy theorists to be like, oh yeah, it makes sense that corporations or organizations would push someone to do something beneficial for them. And that's the most tame I get with conspiracy theorists. And then as soon as something like Illuminati pops up, I go, oh, maybe.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh, time to get out. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, but like it's more of less like a what if scenario. It's like what if the Illuminati or
Yeah.
some organization is real? For anything else where it's like, yeah, probably the FBI wanted to do this. They already gave black neighborhoods like copious amounts of opioids. Why wouldn't they just kill Martin Luther King?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then there's that, and then there's also me going like, oh, the government is full of lizard people. So I mean, one of them isn't a conspiracy theorist, and a conspiracy
One of them is
theory.
the truth.
One of them is the truth, and I don't know about you guys, but I hate reptiles and the government.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if my conspiracy theories go like that deep into it.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole Illuminati thing, like the way it's portrayed, I don't think that exists. But I wouldn't be shocked if there's like the
Yeah.
like most powerful politicians all go into a room or some crap, and it's like, okay, what do we want as a group, and then just try pushing everything to go that way. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
shocked if that was the thing. You know?
because like I don't think because so one thing that like my rational brain doesn't think enough people will come together. If corruption is such a big issue right now, do I really think people at the top are not corrupt and they're working together? But then I hear like the CIA is doing like misinformation campaigns, and like they always try to do these things. So I'm like, well, am I gonna believe you guys who are constantly trying to like disarm us and think we're safe, or should I just believe the craziest stuff and not give you guys the benefit of the doubt?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to figure out what's like. I wish I could just know like what everything's going on.
Yeah, no.
That'd be nice for real.
That'd be so cool.
See what was going through the heads of the people who made Legend of Korra, you know? See what the heck they were doing.
Now that is some Illuminati propaganda
Yeah.
going on.
For real. It's like we'll take away her powers, but then when it's gonna get interesting, we like don't make it interesting anymore, and we just give her powers again.
What was
True.
dude? What was? I think Reese, you were following some like gnome hunting account, and it turned out to be Nazis.
No,
What?
it was funny because like they had the whole like it'd be like a video of like some guys like in the forest, and it'd be like some like me hunting the gnomes in the forest, and it'd be like the I'm actually schizophrenic. And I always thought it was so funny, and it's like I always like the Millions Wear Hats account. Then Thomas did like the whole thing. We found out it was a dog wassel for Nazis,
Yeah.
and my entire feed was just filled with it.
Oh, dude, that's so
Also-
annoying.
Yeah, when your favorite meme is actually
It's actually
Nazi dog
Nazi
whistle.
propaganda.
Yeah, it keeps happening to me. Like everything I find is all Nazis. I'm like, oh, maybe I am Nazi.
Kanye West, is that you?
Kanye is the admin for all these accounts.
Oh my god.
But Reese, what if Talmadge is just a gnome and he did a fake deep dive trying to convince you?
Actually, that's
Like,
more
oh,
likely to be true.
don't look into it. It's a Nazi propaganda. Don't look into killing gnomes.
I have to go kidnap Talmadge now. He'll tell me where the gnomes are.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Millions wear the hats.
Billions believe. Millions
No.
no.
But that was so weird
Oh.
because I was just starting to like get into those memes. So I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. And then I look into the group chat and like Talmadge is like, yeah, it's Nazi stuff. I was like, what? Why?
Like, no.
Like, dude, it would be so funny if like a whole like a whole, you know how birds aren't real? That movement is kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of
kinda
cringe
annoying.
now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It was funny.
imagine
like, the
if
first
that
one.
happened, but for hunting gnomes. And it's like, that's kind of cool. I like that idea. But
Then it turns out it's just huge Nazi propaganda
Just
somehow.
Nazi stuff. Oh my gosh, dude.
I mean,
I don't know what to
the only
believe
thing-
anymore.
The only thing I have is like, wait, so like the whole Nazi thing, is it just like the gnomes are like Jewish? Is that the whole
Yeah.
thing?
It's like they gotta hunt and get rid of the Jews or something.
I mean, we can overtake that, you know? It's like just get rid of the Nazi thing and then we have funny gnome memes. Like we can
No, that's true.
Part
But
of
Is
me
it-
wants to go down the deep end and see if I can actually get into like some Nazi Reddit group or something, just by commenting like millions wear hats on all the videos.
there's a movie coming out about that, about a guy who
Really?
infiltrated the KKK. Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
That'd be kind of fun.
wait, like in what way would it be fun? Like
To
hopefully in the
watch-
way
to
where
watch the movie.
the-
Being the KKK too, of course. I
Uh.
mean, that's besides the point.
Dude, I feel like Jewish people are just the they just get kicked around no matter what happens, dude.
Facts.
I
They're
mean,
always to blame for anything that feels like.
Honestly.
it's so weird because didn't we talk about this like the other night where we were talking about how like it's so weird how everyone's so like, hey, like we need to stop anti-Semitism, but then like they'll go off on like Israel and stuff, like how weird it is that they still get like dogged on even by the people who are supposed to like defend them and stuff. Like it's such
Yeah.
a weird thing. Like you make a Jewish joke, people instantly are just like, oh my goodness, this guy's a Nazi. But then it's like, I support
Oh, but free
Israel.
Palestine
Like,
though.
yeah, free Palestine, kill all those guys in Israel. It's
Like
like,
the
what
American
the
Bomb
Jews
them.
are okay, but everyone else is a rid.
Yeah.
By the
Oh,
way, I'm not
man.
making a thing on the Israel Palestine thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. But
We
it's
know
just an
nothing about
interesting.
that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make a judgment like, oh, actually, this is the correct. I literally have done zero research. I just find it funny how a lot of people who are like, you know, like, oh, don't do anti-Semitic jokes, are usually the same people who will point out to like that whole thing, like, oh,
Yeah.
Israel should blow up and die. It's like, what the care?
I think
Yeah.
if you ride the train of political correctness too far, you come back around and it's like you
The
have
horseshoe theory,
yeah.
right? Where it's like you can be so not racist to the point where you go back to being
Exactly.
just racist. Yeah.
It's like those comments that's like I hate white people. but I love animals. I think animals and black people are on the same level. It's like, what?
Like,
You can't say
what?
that.
Or
What did he say?
no, have you seen that one thing like where they'll be like I remember there was a thing where it's like a clip of some guy wearing like a ski mask or something, and it's like this dude like robbed a store and like killed 2 people on the way out or something, and some guy in the comments will be like, see, this is why we need to give like black people more money and like education, and like the comments like, this guy was a white dude, like why'd you think he was black? Like he was wearing a ski. You didn't see any like skin at all. But this dude is trying to be like, dude, we need to empower black people, or else they'll keep doing things like this. Like we need to elevate them. And it's like, this guy was white, dude. Like why are you
And
just?
at the
Like it's
same
so
time, he's
weird.
calling them uneducated. At
Yeah.
the exact same time.
Oh, or that clip. Have you seen that clip where they're talking about like it was some? Because I'm not into politics super, but like there's a lot of memes that come out of politics, and it was
Yeah,
something
yeah.
where it was like voter ID or something, and they went to like a college campus, and like they went to a bunch of white kids on the college campus, and they're like, "See, voter ID laws are bad because like black people don't know how to get IDs and stuff. Like they're not like, what if they don't know how to
No
do that?"
way.
And then they go to like black neighborhoods, and they're like, "Do you have your ID on you?" And they're like, "Yeah, like why wouldn't I? Like what?" Then they like showed them clips from those college kids, and they're like, "Do these kids think we're like 5 or something?" Like it's
Yeah,
like
I
So sad.
swear. I don't know. I don't want to be too political, just in general. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just saying that as like a what I want to do in my life. I don't want to be involved in politics. Like, it's too much. I don't care that much.
Yeah, it's too easy to ignore. Just like live your own life without any being
Yeah.
involved.
If the
yeah,
USA keeps going down like a dark path, I'm just gonna go to like Peru or something.
I'll
Peru?
probably
No, not Peru. Somewhere cool in Asia. Not Japan though,
Okay.
because that would be called the Weed by Grant.
China's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
Heck no.
I love me
no.
some communism.
North Korea too, while you're at it.
Yo, North Korea, that's true.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, there's this girl that keeps going on Joe Rogan's podcast that keeps saying this complete. Like, I don't want to defend North Korea; they're terrible. But people keep exploiting what this lady's saying. She's like, "Oh yeah, the life cycle in North Korea is you eat rats, you get sick from the rats, and then the rats eat you."
You're talking about
Are
all
you talking
those
about the
memes that have come out,
Genomi
right?
Park or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Both of
Okay.
those questions. Oh, it's
I
so funny, but
I
like,
mean,
might
she
happen.
did come from North Korea, so who
She
knows?
knows more
Maybe,
than me,
yeah.
and I don't doubt that's what happened. But it's so funny to me that like people in the comments immediately go, "No, no, no, that's not what happens." It's like you're not the
No way.
imposter among us. You have zero clue what's going on in North Korea.
I will say one thing, even if the things she says are wrong, like I feel like if I were in her shoes, like why not just make up a ton of crap?
Yeah,
Why not
just
Why
a
not?
ban
smear
North
campaign,
Korea?
just a
Yeah,
complete smear
it's just
campaign.
like the things we do know show that North Korea kind of sucks. So she didn't have a
Yeah.
good time there. So like it's not like someone can go to like Kim Jong Un and be like, "Are these real?" Like they would get shot before they could get to him and like actually talk to him. So
Ooh.
if I were her, yeah, I would make up a ton of crap. Why not? It's
There
funny.
was this one black guy went to North Korea and he had got to talk to one of like a hostess, some lady that was giving them tour, like a tour guide basically. Um, and he was like, "Oh, I heard your glorious leader loves basketball." And she goes, "Oh yeah, he made basketball. He created it." And I'm just like, "What?"
Man, that guy's insane. I didn't know he made basketball.
Dude,
For
I didn't know
real.
either. I also didn't know that he never like he eats stuff and then he never poops. He doesn't have a butthole. Did you know that?
Yo, that's cool. I wish I could be that guy.
Or that they
Honestly.
won the World Cup. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I can't believe they
every
did
year.
that, dude. Yeah, every year they win the
Oh
World
my
Cup. It's
gosh.
insane.
I love those memes where it's like, "Oh, North Korea lost. We're never seeing these guys again. They're
Oh,
dead."
They got spanked pretty hard, didn't they, right?
Yeah, no, they did not do too hot.
just straight to the
Man.
mines over there. It's over.
There's a movie about a news anchor guy going to North Korea, and it's so funny because like at first it paints North Korea in a very good light. Like they drive past a convenience store, and a fat kid is outside eating a lollipop, and then the news anchor guy escapes his little like confinement, and he runs the streets trying to go find something, and he goes back to the store, and he goes inside it, and all the fruit are fake and stuff, and he
Oh,
finds out
wow.
that the kid is just fat because like they made him fat for the interview or whatever. I think it's actually called The Interview. It was so funny.
Oh, that comment with what's his name? James
Seth
Franco.
Rogen or James Franco and the Rogan dude.
Oh,
Wait,
for a
not
sec I thought you
Rogan.
were Seth. Yeah, isn't it Seth something?
Wait, is it Seth Rogen, the guy who has a that
Yeah,
laugh?
Yeah, that's
pretty
Seth
sure.
Rogen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know his
For a
last name
sec,
was Rogan.
for a sec, I thought you were describing like a horror movie or something. You know, where it's,
It
and then
sounds
it's like
pretty
the
awful.
interview, and it's like, oh, okay.
No, it's
I remember
hilarious.
that. You watched it and stuff.
Yeah, it's
I
a
remember.
little vulgar, but
Yeah, I remember when it came out, and there was that whole thing where like Kim Jong Un got pissed, and didn't he say something where he's like, "I'm gonna declare war if you release this movie" or some crap like that. I remember seeing
really?
that. Yeah, as a kid, because the interview came out a while ago, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid being worried about that. I was like, dude, they can't release this movie. We're all gonna die.
Oh man. Have you there was have you guys been to like California like on piers and stuff?
No.
No.
Ah shoot. Well, they have these like Trump and Kim Jong Un impersonators.
What?
Really?
Yeah, no, they just have people like on the street impersonating them, and then you can like take pictures and videos and pay them and stuff. It's actually
I
they're
gotta
actually
get a
pretty
picture
dang
of
good at
Kim
it.
Jong Un. Tell my grandkids I visited him.
We should pay a bunch of those guys to play Minecraft together or something.
Get those clips everyone's been making finally.
Those fell
AI
off
presents.
so hard, dude. Holy crap.
They were funny for like the first day, and then
Yeah.
after that, it was like, bro, what?
Oh no, I disagree. They were some of the more creative ones I've seen. Like every single time, it was like a
No,
little bit
no,
different.
no.
Yeah,
You're
it's
wrong.
better. The president meme was better than like most things you see. Like most things you see is just kind of like the same over and over and over again.
It's
Whereas the
kind of
president
like
one,
a double-edged sword though, right? Because it's so good, everyone wants to hop on it and then just gets run into the ground.
True.
well, I remember seeing like a ton of them where like it would turn into like a horror thing, and I thought that was like really dope. I was like,
Those are
you
really
turn,
creative. I have
yeah,
to give
where it's
that to
like
you.
yeah, where it's like Biden and like he's like becoming self-aware, and it's like, oh, like we're in the McDonald's drive-through. What do you want? He's like, wait, weren't we just playing Minecraft just a second ago? Like, what's going on, guys? And it's just
Wait, do you see those subtitles? Wait, why is there Minecraft parkour going on? And then
yeah,
it starts glitching. It's like,
yeah,
Biden, wake up! Those are so good.
I haven't seen
because
those. I have to check those out.
they're hilarious, but like it's kind of weird because he gets sucked into it. It's just like actually like entertaining, not in like a comedy way, but like in a whoa, what's gonna happen when Biden figures out like a way to get out of this?
Yeah.
You know,
I only saw the Apex ones, or like the COD
well,
ones.
you're an Apex loser, so of course you're only gonna see those.
I get, sadly enough, I get ones where they explain math proofs,
What?
where they explain complex math problems like calculus.
That is pretty sad, Brian.
Hey, at least I'm
the
learning though. At least I'm learning
That's
some funny
true.
stuff.
the only
That's
other one
funny.
I get is have you seen that YouTube channel where the guy all he does is just president voices, and he like ranks UFC fighters and stuff, and it's like all three of them like trying to do a tier list and stuff.
I think I have seen that one.
I think I've seen videos like that, but not for UFC.
Should
Anyway,
we wrap it up?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
All right, everybody. Like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any information on a JFK head talking to you.